Just want to let you know that this is the thing I'm using. It's called flimora. Yeah, it's very helpful, and it's how I use it to do this video. So yeah.
His work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yay.
You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped.
Why?
In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together.
Pew, pew.
It's because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com.
This is a real thing.
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
Whoa!
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Is this a real story? You would not believe. I was born still. Yeah, I'm alive again. Whoa. Aliens. I know they're real. Wow! Wow!
This game is called Escape from
Going this way.
and it's one of the more generic games you'll see.
Whoa, rocks! Dang it! I have to go this way now. Exercise.
Security call reached. Hostile alien life form.
What?
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere. But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Can't reload.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
I just figured that out.
Ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin shooting activation.
Oh, you can go in
I
here.
love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Maze! Yay! I hate mazes.
Apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past them.
Can you give me more ammo?
Okay, this this is the part that's interesting.
Okay.
The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay.
Hey, you there, in the engine room.
The voices.
Turn us off. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We should destruct
Voices. They're coming.
If your body can stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it?
I haven't.
Could you give yourself?
I haven't seen anybody on this ship, but I'm insane. Shiny.
Let me pause here for a second.
Just
What
straight.
you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Yay.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Whoa.
And this is an important moment for him.
I messed up there.
Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions.
Tiny little games.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Okay, A, and that must be W, right? Oh, I can only use S.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
I'm pressing. I don't like this. Yeah. Ew. But the future.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
But why is the future always behind her? If she doesn't have the will to strength to confront it.
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
2008, still, okay. Walk. I wanna go this way. Apparently I can't, okay. I wanna go this way. I wanna go this. I guess you are now entering. And I tap the mouse to go a little further. Yay! So I can.
And that's it.
Huh.
Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Okay. This video is gonna be like an hour long.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Direction. Okay. What are we doing?
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games.
Can I like jump down here?
He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, that was it.
Dang it.
It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you
Let me
gonna
get
do?
up there. I'm still moving pretty fast. But
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
I'm not going to press it. My goal is to get up there. I can do it. It may take me. I feel like this is an achievement. No. Stare at an X at a bear. Stand on an X staring at a bear for 3 hours. Live on a boat, take orders to a captain.
And nice.
Captain's always
and filled
wrong.
with
Oh, take
little
orders.
ideas for games.
You must address and rally a group of eager press reporters. A stranger appears. That was
Coda
creepy.
would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as
You are
cold or
great.
distant. He said that
You
he
start
knew
in a
he was
smaller room
actually
until
a
you
vibrant
realize
and
you can just
compassionate
walk through
person,
the walls.
but that it takes time to really see that.
Press U to
It
surrender.
can be a very slow climb to get there.
X. Oh, okay. Play as a pair of floating eyes. I was reading that. Oh, it's 2009. Whoa. Ready, set, fish. Rocket, go. You better be, by the way, everybody who's watching this, if you're still watching this anyway, this is going to be a long video. Also, if you know the YouTuber...
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
If you know who Corey Kenshin is, subscribe to him. Like, if you don't know who he is, subscribe to him.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're going to see it a lot.
This video is going to be like 30 minutes long. I'm probably going to not add an ending to this. I'm not going to put an ending outro.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Enter. Whoa! It's so beautiful.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing.
Whoa, look, I was
I
just
actually find it
there.
funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Exactly. By the way, I just want to say again, since the beginning of the video, the audio might be delayed because reasons, okay? Why can't I sprint? I can only jump and walk.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could
Those
even
two
be that
games,
the
exactly.
Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them.
Unless you're
And
the
once we have, we
Illuminati.
can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
March 2009. By the way, the audio is delayed. I'm going to say that the third time. And now I feel like it is delayed because this is going to be like 30 minutes long. It's going to hate me and it's going to really be hard to upload and I might not even be able to upload it, so.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source.
I know what that
Like
is.
all
I have
engines,
that.
Source has
I
certain
have
things that
that.
it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's
You only
why
live
so many of
once.
Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Whoa.
The
I'm
tools
so
available to the
energized.
creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
I guess I'm going in here.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Okay. Oh, we're just gonna go back down. Okay.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in, and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
I would have put like what it feels like to chew 5 gum and then just, I don't know, put a meme in there. Because
It's the
memes
puzzle
are
again,
dreams.
with the exact same solution as the last time.
Oh, okay. Well, it took me like a second to figure it out.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
I'm gonna end it after this game. Yeah. Okay. English. I haven't been talking that much, have I? Or have I? I don't know. I don't remember. I can't remember anything. You there? Where did you come from?
Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system
What was
that's
up there?
fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, there was an enormous prison. I spent an hour in. That's the word above. You've been there. Now, this is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yes, I did. It was one of the last thing I did before coming here. I can read. Again, perfect. Now, please tell us how you solved it. That was the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember. Trust me, you don't want to go. Okay, I just don't remember, even though I did it twice. Must think harder. Okay. Fine. I'm not reading that. You can read it to yourself. Just pause the video. Oh, wait, I have to go somewhere. Oh, that opened up. Wrong keyboard. Wrong keyboard. Is this the right way? Oh. Hello, how'd you get here? Was there a puzzle? Yes. Actually, no, I remember. Don't think too hard about it. I'm gonna open it back up. Yep. Okay, let's go. Going on an adventure, going down these stairs, blah blah blah. The reason I said how to choose 5 gum is I'm eating gum.
Descent, down to the final floor of the level.
Shut up. I'm talking to you, Jimmy. Yeah, that's right. I know your name, Jimmy. Now be quiet. Also you, little Billy.